How many times has fear talked you out of something amazing? Think about it. Maybe it was a business idea, a big move, or even a small move like speaking up in a meeting or sharing your story. Fear, oh, it's sneaky. It will whisper in your ear, what if you fail? What will people think of you? You're not ready. You know. And if you're like me, sometimes you will listen to it. I cannot tell you how many times I let fear stop me. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of just not being enough. It's like fear had this grip on me, holding me back from stepping into what I knew God called me to do. But you know what I've learned? Fear is loud. It's also a lie. And today I want us to have a real conversation of how we can start breaking free from it. Not next month, not next week, not when we feel ready, but right now. Because here's the thing, fear doesn't just go away. It's going to show up again tomorrow, next week, next year, but we don't have to let it control us anymore. This is the year we choose faith over fear. I had to realize that fear is not from God. That's straight from the Bible. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 says, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind." That hit me hard because fear is not from God. And if it's not from God, then I don't have to accept it. Fear comes from the enemy, from doubt, from our own insecurities, but it doesn't come from God. Secondly, shift your focus to faith. I started asking myself, what if I stopped focusing on what could go wrong and started focusing on what could go right? That's faith. It's choosing to believe that God's plan for me are good, even when I cannot see the whole picture. And let me tell you, when you shift your focus to faith, something incredible happens. Fear starts to shrink. Number 3, take action anyway. This is one of the hardest but the also most important. You have to move even when you're scared. I call it doing it scared. I remember the first time I took a step towards something that I was terrified of. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't pretty, but I did it. And you know what? I survived, and not only that, I grew stronger because of it. Number 4, let's talk about you, the power of vulnerability. Okay, enough about me. Let's talk about you. What's that one thing that fear has been holding you back from? Maybe it's starting a business, writing that book, leaving a toxic situation, or simply believing in yourself again. Whatever it is, I want you to take a moment right now and name it. Say it loud. Write it down, whatever feels right for you. Now ask yourself this. What's the worst that could happen if you tried? And what's the best that could happen if you succeed? Sometimes we get so stuck on the fear of failing that we forget to imagine the possibility of winning. And here's the thing, you don't have to do this alone. God is with you, and so am I. We're in this together, breaking free from fear, one step at a time. So here's a challenge for you today. Take one step, just one. Maybe it's writing down your goal, sending that email, making that call, whatever it is, just do it today. Do it today. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. And fear will always try to convince you to wait. But faith says, move now. And when you do, I want you to come back here and share it in the comments. Let's celebrate those steps together. And if you're still feeling stuck, that's okay too. Tell me what's holding you back and let's pray together. I know fear can feel overwhelming, but you're stronger than it. Why? Because the same God who created the universe created you, and he doesn't make mistakes. He has already equipped you with everything you need to succeed. Now it's up to you to trust him and move.